Well, well, well. So you want to pick the Sakura Empire's Azur Lane faction? Okay. Let me welcome you to the Weave Fantasy. Or maybe the Floofy Empire. That can be your decision. First thing we're going to look at is the thing that people most know the Empire for, and that's their aircraft carriers. You have CVs like Kaga, Akagi, Zukaku, and Shokaku. Now, with these carriers, especially with the Sakura Empire only, you get a bonus for having the divisions. So if you have Kaga and Akagi sorted together, they'll get a bonus. You have Zukaku and Shokaku together, there's a bonus. And if you sort Hiryu and Soryu together, you get another bonus. So each of these pair of carriers will boost each other's stats in various different ways, depending on which pair you will use. And they're all very good ships. Second thing, oh my god, look at these cute fox girls, the cat girls, the dog girls. Oh, they're all so cute. I just love all of them. If you like them, it's a bonus. Just saying. Okay, now that we have that out the way, let's head to the Vanguard. And holy torpedo, it is something else. This faction has some insane torpedo boats. You have Ayanami, you have Jinsu, you even have Yukikaze. Now they do have some very strong firepower based destroyers like Kitakaze, gonna butcher this, Sudazuki. So Sakura Empire destroyers are just extremely good at any stage of the game, really. But Ayanami is an extremely good ship, the highest torpedo stats in the game. So yeah, if you like torpedoes, this is a faction for you for sure. Now, however, I did mention her in torpedo boat, but Jinsu is a light cruiser, not a destroyer, so keep this in mind. However, for cruisers themselves for this faction, I would probably say you're a bit limited, honestly. Besides some PR ships, you don't have that much. The first two that you're probably going to get is going to be Takao and Attigo. And they're fine. They are perfectly fine ships, and they are adorable. But they're going to be the first two you get, and they're heavy cruisers. And the heavy cruiser is not really the strongest type in the game, or a really good type most of the time. So you are a bit limited, I would argue. Moving on to something a bit more fun is oh, look at all this floof. Look how cute. It's so adorable. Oh, I love it so much. It's so fluffy. It's so much floof. Wait, I what? Okay, sorry. I got hypnotized by all the amount of floof there. So since we're talking about floof anyway, and she's up on the screen, let's talk about Shananna, right? So she is a UR event ship from the DreamWorks Butterfly event, along with Suzuki. Still probably butchering that. So we don't know when this event's going to rerun because it was a very very recent event, first time about a month ago, 2 months ago, I think, somewhere around that time period. So when that's going to come back, we're not too sure. Key also comes from this event, and all three of them are very very strong ships. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you want Shinano, unfortunately you're gonna have to wait a little bit. Forget her. Speaking of event ships still that have floof, we're gonna talk about Amagi. Now, I don't know when Amagi's event is going to rerun. It could be in January, it could be in June. I'm not too sure. The chart's all over the place. But she's another extremely strong ship. She's good in PvP, she's good in PvE. Amagi comes from the Cribs and Echoes event. And that leads me on to another of the event ships, and that is Nagato. She is used a bit more frequently in PvP compared to Amagi, but she's still an extremely powerful ship, PvP and PvE again. And you get Nagato from the Ink Stained Steel Sakura event. Moving on to PR ships, we're going to start at PR1 with Ibuki. She is a very, very good torpedo focused heavy cruiser. It's definitely recommended to farm her if you're going this faction, if you want a full faction one. Her abilities just, she preloads torpedoes, she does a lot of damage up front, Very strong ship. Second ship in here, we also have Izumo, who is a extremely tanky flagship battleship. Tanky, battleship, horns, adorable. I don't know what else you want from a flagship. So now we're going to move on to PR2. And in PR2, we have Kitakazi, one of the best firepower destroyers in the game. By a landslide, as from what I've seen, she's extremely strong. Azuma. Now, Azuma is a decisive tier ship along with Drake and Friedrich. So these ships cost a lot more resources, a lot more blueprints to obtain, and she is the only large cruiser in the game. She is extremely powerful, but getting her to the point where she's usable with blueprints is going to take a very, very long time. So it's one of those things you have to sit down and really push her PR research, her blueprint research as well from the events that allow you to get the blueprints. They would be top priorities. You want to know a really good way to get XP for them? Like a really, really good way? Selling your soul to the Fox Mines at 3-4. 3-4 drops Akagi and Kaga, and more than likely, they're going to be the first two SR ships that you will farm for in this game, unless by some weird happening that you don't farm them. You'd be crazy not to. They look at look at them. Look how cute they are. They are adorable. They are both precious and slightly crazy. So they're gonna farm them, and you're gonna sell your soul to 3-4, and you're gonna love it. You don't have a choice in the matter. We've all done it. Just do it. Get it out the way. But besides them, you also have some other ships because the Sakura Empire actually has quite a few ships that drop from boss nodes. You have Jinsu, Maya, Udachi, and Chokai, just to name off a few examples. Oh yeah, Akashi exists, doesn't she? I have to talk about Akashi for a second, don't I? If I don't, someone I know is going to stab me. Okay. Well, Akashi is a repair ship, one of the only two repair ships in the game, and she's also the only SR repair ship. Now, her quest line takes a little while, about 30 days, at least. So you're gonna have to really be on top of that if you want her quickly. But she's a good ship. She's very useful. She has a little bit of healing, or from what I've seen, you can just slap on just a ridiculous amount of AA and just make carriers cry with a cute green cat girl. So yeah. And just to prove a point, there's two types of people in this world. I feel like there's people who don't use Akashi, like me, and there's people like my friend who does stuff like this. Okay, enough playing around. This is the actual ending quote. Okay. So I just hope you guys enjoyed it even a little bit. Got a chuckle out of the stupid things I've said. That's fine. If not, hey, it happens. No big deal. I just want to go over the very, very bare bone basics of the faction. Point out some of the event ships, point out some of the drops, point out the Fox mines, and just overall bring a little bit of attention to the faction itself. So I just hope you guys found it so entertaining, like I said. If you want me to, I don't know which faction to do next. I'm torn between the few out there. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Hey, I'm always up for it. Good night, good day, wherever you are. You have a good one.